So now I'd like to explain the technical dimensions of how blockchain works. The interesting thing is that software wallets don't hold money, they hold keys. So what that means is that your wallet app on your phone holds the public and private keys that allow you to access your money in the sense of access direct transactions up on the internet in the internet web-based ledger system. And so when you want to start doing something with Bitcoin, what you would do is go to the App Store and download a digital wallet. There are many different kinds of digital wallet applications, and once it's on your phone, when you initialize it, it will set up a public-private key pair. So the basic technology used is PKI infrastructure. It's public key encryption infrastructure. And so what this means, there's a pair, a public key, a 32-character alphanumeric address that's your personal Bitcoin address, and then a corresponding private key that you don't see, that only the software plumbing of the internet sees when you're trying to submit a transaction. And so what happens is when you go to try to spend Bitcoin, you would scan the other party's address with a QR code or entering it in the 32-digit alphanumeric code and specify the amount of the transaction and submit it to send money from your wallet to somebody else's wallet. And then the internet software will confirm that you indeed have the money available in your account, in your ledger balance, and it will transfer it to the balance of the other address that you specify. So on the web, there's a it's like a giant Google Doc spreadsheet that's on the web. And so I say I'm transferring $5 to you, or $5 worth of Bitcoin in the units called Satoshis. And so I would transfer them. So my wallet, there would be a transaction logged by the automated internet software, debiting my account for $5 worth of Bitcoin and crediting your account for $5 worth of Bitcoin. So it's just a giant spreadsheet on the web, or a ledger system, a register of who has what money balances. And this is really an amazing innovation in that where there's only one unified ledger on the internet. Anybody can look at it anytime. It's all public and open in terms of which wallet addresses have which balances. It's called pseudonymous in the sense that you can see that a certain wallet address, this 32-character address, has this amount of Bitcoin in it, but it's unknown what personal entity this 32-character address might correspond to. So it's called pseudonymous. It's not completely anonymous, but it's also not identified that it's me, my name, with this $5 wallet balance. And so then then what happens is when you submit a transaction, it can take several minutes for the transaction to confirm as the mining block confirms that transaction. And I'll be explaining mining in more detail later. But once the transaction confirms, you can look up and see that record on the blockchain, and your wallet has been debited for that amount. So the key thing that we need to remember now in this kind of era is that for digital hygiene or digital numeracy, we need to back up our keys. So just like we back up our data, we need to back up our keys, our private keys that allow us to access our wallet balance. And this is quite difficult for us humans. We are not good about backing up any of our data. And so sometimes the wallet has a backup mechanism. And this is a new kind of thing that we need to be aware of in the digital era. So for example, when you lose your phone or drop it in the water, you may lose your private keys that allow you to access that Bitcoin. So this is something to be aware of in the era of using digital wallets.